World Bipolar Day is marked each year on March 30th. The mission of the day is to bring awareness on the disorder, mainly faced with a lot of social stigma. Now, bipolar affects every aspect of a person's life. It's life-threatening. Why is it that way? What should we understand about it instead of treating it lightly like some people do, making it part of a joke very often when it has to do with people having mood swings? It's best we understand it better with Dr. Sintieh. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Patience, for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm perfect.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Doctor's perfect, taking care of himself.
Sure.
But then yesterday I felt like I called you and I was like, I would really want to talk about the bipolar disorder. Because some people, when we talk about it, they're like, oh no, it's a white man's issue. We don't really know if it affects Cameroonians or Africans. Let's clear that out. Is it only for a particular area of the world, or it affects people around the world?
Globally, it affects everyone.
Yes.
It affects everyone because the primary cause is either genetic or mainly stress-induced.
Okay.
So if you can boast that you don't go through stress at any point in your time, then maybe we'll say that it's not the black man's thing if the black man is not stressed.
You know, doctor has said it, but now you have to properly define it, because it's not just mood swings. It's not just being hysterical like people like to say.
Exactly.
There's more to bipolar disorder. What is it?
All right, so let me try to put it in a countryman way.
Yes.
Okay, so someone with bipolar, it's actually that person whom you would say in maybe 5 to 6 days, the person is very excited. All right, he has these grandiose ideas. He's actually so busy. He's actually too focused over nothing. While being focused, you actually find that person easily distractible.
Okay.
All right, that is the first part. Now, when this part passes, it lasts for about a week. All right, this same person that was very excited, very active, suddenly gets numb, sad, starts looking unkempt. You can imagine me today. I'm so happy, I'm perfect, and
in a week's time,
you see me, I'm just so unkempt, I don't care. So we say the person has a flat affect. Nothing moves him or her. So they're just there. So bipolar disorder is actually two sides of a coin. So you have the depressive part, and then you have the manic part or the excited part.
Okay.
So basically that's what bipolar disease is, and the manic part lasts for 5 to 7 days, and then the depressive parts take a longer time, approximately 2 weeks to some persons, it exceeds to a month.
So is this something that continues? It alternates?
It alternates.
Okay.
It continues, and it's actually based on that. We have actually a clinical criteria that we use from the person's history to be able to tag the person that this person has bipolar. Yeah,
because I was going to head to that. When you say you have a manic and then you have depressive mood swings, someone would say, isn't that depression? Why is it bipolar? What separates it from depression?
Depression, just like the name says, it means that you're down.
Yes.
All right? Depression doesn't have any excited state.
Okay.
So in mental health, we have major depressive disorder, which is a disease on its own. These persons are unkempt. They have suicidal ideations. Nothing moves them. Okay, they'll hardly bathe.
Yeah.
All right. They'll even lose appetite with their favorite dishes. All right, like, so that's it.
So it's a constant low.
It's a constant low.
Yes.
Now, with bipolar, we now have a manic part attached to the major depressive disorder.
What causes it?
All right, so now the causes are mainly hereditary, 90% of the time, and the other 10%, it's mainly stress-induced. All right, so if you have a first-degree relative, that means if your uncle or your siblings, one of them is diagnosed to have bipolar disorder, you are at higher risk than another person who doesn't have these to develop bipolar disease. Now,
for someone watching right now and they're wondering, how does it feel like to have bipolar disorder? How would I know? Is it just the manic and depressive, or is there some other signs they have to watch out for?
All right, they actually have to, first of all, watch out for the manic and the depressive state.
Yeah.
But now, if you find yourself easily distracted, you can't focus on one thing, all right? If you find yourself easily excited over nothing, all right?
Okay.
And it goes on, and after that period, you realize that, okay, I've been working on a task, but I can't deliver the results, okay? So it's a warning sign for you. Generally, what I want to tell the population today is that you should note the following. So first of all, you have to note what we call the intensity. How severe these states come, okay? Does it come? Does it bring you down? Does it affect your other activities? All right. And then secondly, the duration. Okay. So are you excited for maybe up to a week, 5 days? Is that normally you?
Yeah.
Okay. Next now is what we talk about the frequency. Now, you've been excited, then you get depressed and it reoccurs. So if that reoccurs 2-3 times, then you should ask yourself, is that really me? And now the last thing is functionability. Does these changes prevent you from doing your day-to-day activities? Is your spouse suddenly saying, hey, honey, you ain't who you were, all right? Or at the workplace, are your colleagues?
There's something strange
There's
about
something strange about this
yes.
person. So when you get some of those things, it's time for you to check that. And basically, most persons affected are youth because we are in so much pressure, so much stress to make it, to do this, to breadwin and all of that.
It could mentally affect us.
Yeah.
Now, is it treatable?
It's treatable, but it's a chronic disease. So once diagnosed, you have to live with it. And definitely what we tell you is you'll be placed on mood stabilizers. Those are drugs that we give.
Okay.
And there will be dietary counseling, like eating high fiber diets, vegetables, fruits, okay? Eating mainly plant-based foods. It will help with reducing the mood swings, all right? And then doing some exercises, keeping hydrated. Those are things that you can adapt in your lifestyle. And then we ensure that you stay coherent with your treatment.
And most importantly, the reminder here is you have to manage it for a long time.
A long time.
Yes.
It's a chronic disease.
Now, for people who are like, we don't want that, how can we prevent bipolar disorder?
First thing is know yourself.
Okay.
Know yourself. So if you are getting burnt out, if you're working and your body is saying that, please pay, don't push again, don't push. Take a break.
True.
Use the catapult effect. Take out some time, cool off, and then re-strategize. That's the first thing. All right. Definitely will encourage you to eat healthy. Avoid anything that will bring you either emotional, physical, or psychological stress. So if we can avoid this, it goes in a way to help us not get bipolar disease.
I can only thank you, Dr. Ngek, for taking off time this morning from your busy schedule to be here to tell us more about bipolar disorder, something that you can research further on. But I think the myth has been broken today with people believing that it only affects people out of the country. It's something that could affect you if you don't take care of yourself. Thank you again.
Thank you very much for having me.
We'll be talking about gender and development with Nicolene Wenushi in a moment.